Well, hello everybody and happy Sunday. Grab your coffee, your tea, your Bloody Mary, your breakfast or whatever, and let's spend some time in the garden and doing a few things around the cottage. Well, I get lots of questions about what I eat for breakfast, and I'm really trying to shore up the number of protein grams that I get each morning. And I also like something that's kind of cool and refreshing. So this is what I have had on repeat for, gosh, probably the past month for breakfast. Well, of course, like everything else inside the cottage, I am changing up how I want to use the storage shed in the back. Now that I've had it for a while, I've lived with it for a while, I think I have come up with ways that I can improve its capabilities, its storage capabilities, and my use of it. So historically, this has been for my pruners, my hedge clippers, things like that, some of my sprays. In other words, it's been used as a storage shed for gardening. But what's come to my attention is that now I have plenty of places where I can store my different garden tools. I have a couple of those storage boxes that I've showed you. I have room in my garage now for some of my bigger tools and bigger utensils and things. But what I am lacking is a place for storage for like my outdoor pillows, my fire starters, my matches, my clickers, my candles, my solar lights, all of those kinds of things that I use in outdoor entertaining. And so I've decided that all of my kind of gardening things will live in other areas in this shed, particularly as we go into fall. And I'll be doing a lot more outdoor entertaining. This is where I want those kinds of things. Like, for example, my grilling stuff. Now what I'm not going to put out here is anything like, dinnerware or utensils or napkins or things like that. That will all remain inside. But these will be larger fixture things that I use exclusively outside that will kind of be grab and go for when I'm entertaining my guests. So first of all, I'm going to start by just taking everything out, and then I'll arrange things and put everything back in. So if you guys want to do it along with me, well then hang in there. Now that I've gotten everything out of the shed, it's time to kind of clean up, wipe down the shelving, do all of that kind of business, and then I'll start putting things back in, which will be kind of like putting a puzzle together. I'm not sure what's going to go where. And then I'll also have to take all of the things that are garden related, my garden tools and such, that are not going to go back into the cabinet. Very obviously, I'm going to have to find homes for them elsewhere. So let's just get started and I'll see how the pieces fit together. Okay, so there are still some things that I will be wanting to put in here, and I'll have to rearrange a few things. But one of my priorities was that I wanted to find a place for these outdoor cushions for when it rained, and also for long-term storage in the winter time. So this is really easy. Take them off the chairs, put them in here. I was a little bit concerned that they wouldn't fit, but with a little bit of muscle power, they indeed do. And of course, they're squishy. And I will cover them a little bit better as it goes into the long-term storage season. So there, like I said, there's some other things I'll be wanting to put in here. Bug spray, probably some sunscreen, more lighter things, matches, one of those clickers, one of those lighter starters, and a few things like that. Probably, did I say bug spray? I don't know if I said bug spray or not. And then as it gets to be fall, I will unearth my s'more sticks, my metal s'more sticks for weenie roasting and things like that. And those kind of items will go in there too. But this way it looks a little bit more presentable rather than just holding all of these things of insecticides and fertilizer and things like that. I can put those in boxes. And pretty much what I'm doing is I'm having one of these waterproof boxes dedicated to just fertilizers and pesticides, and another one that's dedicated just to garden tools and things like that. And then there's a few things that I just am always grabbing and going, and I've got those in that little side table up on the social patio that I can just lift it up and off. So, and then any superfluous stuff, surplus stuff, I can store that in the garage on the shelving in there. So what I'm thinking is I just really want it to be more common sense, more just easily reach in and pull out. One thing notably that I am not storing in here right now anyway, I'm not storing any candles, anything like that that can melt in the heat. And right now you see I've got my solar powered tea lights in there, but those will actually, I'll put those on a tray and keep them out, so indeed they can attract some of that sun power. So it's just things like this. I can always add more hooks, but this will make it, I think, just a little bit more fun and a little bit easier for me to entertain outside. The other thing, and I think this is important, I thought, oh, it will be so nice to have storage areas in the front. And in each storage area, I will have certain garden tools. And in each storage area, I will have certain fertilizers. And what I found that was not optimal, because I was then always wondering, oh, well, where did I put my battery operated works pruners? Where did I put, which box are they in? And so now, even if it means walking back and forth, which I like as intentional inefficiency because I get in my steps, how it will be as efficient is I will always know that's where that category of thing is. I don't have to look in 3 or 4 places. All like things will be assembled in like manner in one storage location. And for me, I have found that just works better. These are all things that are influenced by your personality, how your brain works, and obviously how your garden is laid out. So I hope this helps. If you want links to any of this stuff, we will of course try to put it at the end. And well, what do you say, Stuart? Let's go get some ice water and then I can clean up the rest of this mess. So it's been so interesting to me. Most people love ajuga, but some people don't like it. They think it's overly aggressive. Well, for me, anytime I can get anything that works and is happy, that's a good thing. And in this instance, rather than impeding me being able to open or close that cabinet, it will stay, the ajuga will stay low growing, and it actually works as a nice little doorstop to hold the cabinet open. So that's just one of those things that is just very much reflective of what you like and what you don't like. And I love ajuga, and I love things that can really perform well in the difficult conditions we have in Oklahoma. Well, this is I don't want to say goodbye, but it is until we meet again. This is the last Sunday show before my sabbatical. We'll have one more Wednesday walkabout, and then I'll be going into August and the first 2 weeks in September probably for my sabbatical, where I will be working on different projects. So what do I have in mind, do you ask? Well, number one thing I'm going to be working on is my sabbatical structure. And I would say that I am a loose disciplinarian, a loosely disciplined person. I get things done, I get them crossed off of my list, but I don't necessarily do it in the most efficient way so that I have more time to just enjoy myself. And so I am going to try to be more structurally disciplined with my day, maybe get up a little bit earlier, exercise at a very specific time, eat at specific times, so then I can fit a little bit more fun into my day. So in addition to being productive and working on my book, I am also hoping to have a little bit more fun, visiting museums, having lunch with friends, doing those kinds of things. Plus, I think the concept of it is just kind of fun. I know Gretchen Rubin talks about structuring your summer. Well, I just want to structure my sabbatical, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I make it sound like it's some kind of big deal or whatever, but people all around the world take August off. And so this might become an annual thing, I don't know. Will there still be content up? Yes, there will be content up. I cannot tell you with what regularity. That's up to Stuart and Leah. They'll be putting up some playlists. We will be putting some pictures and images of things like my pumpkin progress in the community tab. And we'll be doing things on Instagram, but those are a little bit more easy for me to produce than doing these longer videos. So I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I hope to come back really refreshed and regenerated. So a little bit more about both the first channel and the second channel. The first channel, at this point in time, I always give myself permission to change my mind, but at this point in time, the the first channel will stay the same. It will be 90% gardening content, home decor, seasonal, entertaining, things like that. The second channel, as I said earlier, will be a little bit both more serious and silly. It'll be a little bit more frivolous, but a little bit more substantive. And what do I mean by that? So Leah and I will be looking into things. We'll delve more into fashion, what's appropriate for someone my age and for her age, style after 40, 50, 60, exercise routines, skincare, just great fun ideas, different kinds of products that we found that work well, different concepts that work well. And I think that will be a lot of fun. And we're just going to do it much more loosey-goosey, not so highly edited. It'll be much more behind the scenes. And then I want it to be more substantive. So I am hoping to conduct some interviews with people who are going through life transitions of all kinds. People who have just gotten pregnant, people who have just become empty nesters, people who are just getting married, people who are just getting divorced. And Stuart, when I said empty nester, it's weird because he now is an empty nester and he's kind of been going through some stuff. People who are making major career changes, people who have had wonderful major careers and how they reflect back on them. This is a really fun thing. I was walking the neighborhood the other day and I saw a gentleman and I thought, man, I recognized him completely out of context. And it was Mike Betcher, who might live in the neighborhood, I'm not sure, but he is a very renowned war correspondent, newsman who reported for NBC, CNN, a lot of work on the Oklahoma City bombing. I recognized him immediately. He was one of, I'm a big fan of his. Maybe I'll see if I can get him on camera so I can interview him. Just different people. Someone else I am hoping to interview is, and I've asked her to do a project with me and she has said yes, though we haven't defined it. And that's Melissa Penfold, one of the most stylish creatures on the planet, I think. And you can check out her Instagram. We'll try to put a link there. I might want to talk to some different writers. Anyhow, just different people who are going through different kinds of challenges, both good challenges, bad challenges, and how we can transition through life as transitionistas that cope with things in a stylish, I think, compelling, empathic kind of way. And so I think for me, that will help me stay engaged. So that's a little bit of what we've got coming up. I will miss you guys, but we'll be back soon enough. You can see me in different areas. If you have not already signed up to my LV updates on Instagram, that's where I just sometimes will go live. I am hoping when we return that we're going to be doing a lot more live things, a lot more live entertaining, a lot more live interviews, just a lot more live things that you guys can participate in. Stuart, have I forgotten anything?
I don't think so. That was a really good job.
Yeah, so it is still a work in progress. Like anything, we will learn as we go. But I think if you don't continue to learn, then you are just atrophying. And I think that's probably one of the biggest secrets to healthy aging is just continue to learn and continue to garden. You guys have a great weekend. Love you. And I will see you on Wednesday for the last Wednesday walkabout before my sabbatical.